Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the WarnerMedia-Discovery merger again.
Okay.
There are huge rumors floating around by some media outlets that Disney could actually swoop in and buy WarnerMedia and Discovery, because on CNBC, they said that the reason they're doing this is so they have like one company that could be sold. Mm-hmm. One big company.
But it doesn't just work that easily. You know, there's antitrust laws and all kinds of issues, and I don't know if Disney can get away with it again when they did it with Fox once.
Yeah, we'll talk about our thoughts on that. Perch put this up on Twitter, and a lot of media outlets, like a blue checker, are picking this up now, saying that Disney could buy DC Comics and join Marvel. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not saying it can't happen.
No, we're not saying it couldn't. I just think that would be very tricky.
It would be very tricky for a number of reasons, one of which primary is that Disney doesn't have any damn money right now.
Why do they keep saying Disney's the one looking to it? Where are they getting Disney from? Just Disney.
I don't know. I think they're getting it from Cosmic Book News, who talked about it. I mean, there are a lot of people rumbling about it. So the rumor seems to be coming from this bit of news here from CNBC. Now, for those of you who don't know, AT&T is spinning off WarnerMedia into its own thing, and they're merging with Discovery. Basically, Discovery is buying WarnerMedia because they've got their own CEO in it. People try to argue. They're like, no, it's just a merger. No, it's AT&T is scraping WarnerMedia, Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, Rooster, all this stuff off the bottom of their shoe, and they're merging it with Discovery. And the reason for this, as it's understood now, is that they're going to have one company that could be sold.
Which is possible.
Which is very possible, that this is all Trojan horse or whatever. So we'll talk about who could potentially buy it. Now, I'm not saying that they're not going to get sold off. They probably will. But I have a really hard time believing Disney would be able to do it for a number of reasons.
Yeah, mostly because they were hemorrhaging money.
Yes. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 190,000 subs, closing in on 191. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be appreciated. We do talk about Disney. We do talk about comics. We talk about, whatever interests us that day. And this is kind of a mashup of the two, comics and Disney. And so it's coming from On Smash, and I think they got this from Cosmic Book News. Maybe some other YouTubers are talking about it. If they turn, Warner Discovery into its own sort of sellable piece of assets, a piece of assets, that's what we're going to call it. They could sell it to somebody. Now, I would think somebody like Amazon or Apple.
They mentioned that.
Yeah,
I don't know if Disney, one, could, and two, would.
They had a hard time with the regulatory issues.
Plus the cost. Issues. They never spent on Fox that put themselves in the hole, and they had to borrow to keep themselves afloat during the pandemic. They are not going to be out of this issue for this hole that they're in now for a while. Even with the Disney Plus, 2024 till they think it's even profitable. They're not going to have another $70-some billion to sink into buying DC, Warner, Warner Discovery.
Yeah. So they said, this is coming from CNBC, which is usually pretty reliable, right? They said the key indicator that future Chief Executive David Zaslav is already considering a sale down the road, assuming the merger gets regulatory approval, is John Malone's decision to give up his Discovery super voting shares. He was a billionaire, John Malone, agreed to relinquish his voting shares to merge. So it does look like they're getting ready to package this thing as
I'm not debating that. Yeah. I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. I agree with that idea. What I'm saying is I don't know if that means Disney's going to go buy it. Is my thing.
No, and this is what's going on now. The content, the IP is worth it. I would wager somebody like Apple would find it more attractive because they've got the platform, they've got the devices, they don't have the content. Apple TV sucks. Amazon's buying MGM apparently, and they've got.
I don't see why that's an attractive buy, but okay.
But they've got some pretty popular shows right now, The Boys and Invincible and stuff like that. So I don't know. But the fact that people are saying definitively that Disney is going to buy Warner Media
and DC Comics
to get DC Comics too.
Here's the thing: you're going to run into antitrust issues.
Yeah,
is what's going to happen because the big two are Marvel and DC, and I don't think that it was going to put antitrust flags up if Disney owns both of them. Not mentioning some of the other elements, and they had a heck of a time buying Fox because there was always the hoops they had to jump through, and then they had to agree that they were selling off this but keeping that, and selling off this but keeping that, to make sure that they did not violate the antitrust laws.
Yeah, I mean, this is again, I'm gonna say this is kind of a reach. I'm not saying it can't happen.
No, we're not saying that. I just don't see Disney. I don't think Disney will be the first one I would think of.
No, and they're gonna be like, we've got plenty of superheroes. We can always make up more. You know, we've got, they haven't even used the X-Men or the Fantastic Four yet, you know, so.
I just can't see them, you know, I don't know.
It might just be wishful thinking. Now, what could more likely happen? The more likely scenario is that they take the DC Comics characters and they spin them off and let some other publisher deal with DC Comics characters.
Right.
Now, I don't think that would be Marvel Comics per se, but they could definitely have somebody else publish the comic books because I don't think they're going to be interested in publishing comic books. You know, they're interested
whoever's buying it, they're buying it to make shows and movies from, not publishing comics. There's not a lot of money in comics, contrary to what people think.
Yeah, so just because they're being sold off, again, not saying it can't happen, but just because they're being sold off, saying that Disney is going to buy them, when they had such a hard time buying Fox, you know, and they're in debt right now.
Well, they got so bad with Disney, everybody thought Apple was going to buy out Disney to bail them out because Apple was bailed them out before.
Yeah, so there was last year a rumor stating that Marvel was going to take over DC, which could mean that if WarnerMedia-Discovery sold to Disney, Kevin Feige could also develop some of the DC characters in the movies. Again, I don't see it happening. I don't know. I think what's probably going to happen is they'll get sold off to like Amazon or Apple or something if they sell it off. And then the comics will get licensed out to somebody else. And it could be that Marvel publishes the comics, but you know, as I understand it from Disney isn't even that interested in publishing comic books anymore.
They look at it, and I think the same for Warner. It's just a source for fodder for movies and television. It's like a where they can get stories from.
Yeah. So this was on 411 Mania. There's like 5 or 6 stories about this. Everybody's running with this CNBC thing, saying that they're going to sell it off. That doesn't mean Disney's going to buy it.
That doesn't mean Disney won't try to buy it. It's just saying I don't think it's going to make financial sense.
No.
Disney's trying very hard. They're spending all kinds of money on their Disney Plus. They don't really have, I think, the extra money to go buy doing another Fox deal. I just don't see that they have the money for that.
Yeah, now I actually agree with this person. They're talking about the rumor. They said I could see a day when they make a deal to sell the comic book side while keeping the cinematic and television rights, which would look like an odd deal at first. Yeah, I could see them overhauling the entire comic book side into something barely recognizable, focus on miniseries and graphic novels. I think they're already moving in that direction. It seems like they want to push into like YA graphic novels more than
but a DC books. Owned by Disney, I'm not there yet. Same.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. It's Disney. They're like, and you said,
if Disney wants it, even if they want it, and even if they have the money by some miracle, that they had the money to do this, I don't know if it'll go through. I really don't. They had to really push it to get through on the Fox deal.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
They're cracking down now. They're trying to with Sony and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and that's anime. That's just a very niche thing. That's
right. So I think that and there's a joke that Disney owns everything. I think that they would crack down on this.
Oh, I think they would for sure. So that's the rumor, guys. Just wanted to do a quick video on this.
Who knows? It could turn out to be true. It
could be. I mean, I don't want to say that it's not going to happen because
it could.
Everything is so crazy right now in Hollywood, but it's very, very unlikely. However, Warner Media being sold off, Discovery being sold off to some tech company.
Oh, I believe that.
Totally could happen. Like even Facebook could come in and buy them or something.
Yeah, no, I believe that, but I don't know if I believe it's going to be Disney at this point.
All right. So we're going to wrap this up?
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.